But I know what my next service business will be. Dude, too close. Too close. Okay. Welcome to Map to a Million. In this episode, we're going to pick what service business I'm going to take from zero to $1 million in revenue and invite you on this journey. The whole purpose of this project is because I want to answer a key question that's been burning in my heart for a few years now. What would I do if I started a service business from scratch? What would be the exact steps I would take to take it to that, seven-figure, fully automated service business that runs without me? So I want to invite you on that journey with me. And we're going to find out what service that's going to be in this episode. And there's also going to be 3 rules that I'm going to put on this project, because I know you're not one of them, but there's these people out there on the internet that like to pick everything apart. And so I've invented 3 rules to this project to, I think, kind of hold those haters at bay. Okay. Rule number 1, we have to do this with small amount of startup cash. Otherwise, everyone's going to say, oh, well, the only reason why Brandon was able to scale it up that fast because he put $100,000, into starting up that business. Rule number 2, I can't use any of my previous existing contacts with my old service company. I had a list of 30,000 customers right here in the Portland metro area, and I'm not going to email or call or text any of them. This is going to be fresh start from zero legitimately. And the third one is I have to do a service that I have no experience in. So I'm not going to know how to do the thing when we're going out and we're doing the jobs. I'm going to try to stay out of the field from the beginning. And that's going to be a really big challenge, but I don't know what service that is just yet. So here's the forerunners. We have a painting business, a HVAC, company, plumbing, landscaping, and pest control. Those are like the top 4 or 5 that I'm kind of leaning towards. So we're going to go out and we're going to visit with a friend of mine, Travis Smith, who owns Sky Heating and Cooling. And he has a very successful 8-figure business. And I want to kind of understand that business a little bit more. I also have another friend of mine, Chris Phillips, who owns a painting and coatings company. And I want to unpack that a little bit more. So let's head out to Travis's place. We'll come back in here. We'll talk to Chris and then we'll pick. So don't go anywhere. Let's go.
3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Brand is so good. They got this Sky Heating Cooling, the Oregon Ductless Heroes. Love it. All right, we are here at Sky Heating and Air, and my good friend Travis Smith, he has this company, and I want you to check out his brand that he has here. Travis, the reason why I love him is he knows how to do it right. He's got the full brand, all of his vehicles completely wrapped. And there's 2 main reasons why. One, I want to kind of figure out and kind of see, what's that secret sauce when it comes to the heating and the cooling side of the business. And, if that's the direction I kind of want to go. We're looking at the trades, but I want to kind of hear from him firsthand. What's the good, the bad, and the ugly of running that service business, right? Because every service business is going to be a little bit different, but what is it specifically about the trades that he kind of finds is the pros and the cons of that? So let's go in, let's talk to him. Let's go. All right, what's up, man? Where your kid comes in and hangs out, or those toys for you?
Those are toys for Dad. The kid just comes in and throws them all over the floor.
So what do you think, me starting a brand new business from scratch in the Portland area, do you think I should go with the trades?
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, I love this guy so much. You want to know why I love that answer so much? Is because Travis is in my backyard. And I just asked him if I should start a competing company in his own neighborhood. And he's like, Absolutely. It's that type of abundance mindset when you realize just how much work there is. So can we go check out some of your guys working today?
Yeah, we've got a couple in the field, so let's take a look.
Let's do it. All right, let's go.
We've got our 4K projector, so we're eventually going to have 2 screens on both sides. So as technicians walk in, it'll have that. That's where the new electric outlets are. We just got those installed yesterday.
Nice.
Working ductless systems, and then this will be a working air handler and heat pump system over here. Yeah, and then we've got our virtual reality setup over here. We actually have virtual reality training through Interplay Learning, so we got the little VR pieces, but or if somebody wants to follow along, they could actually be here working in VR when we set up the other piece.
All right, man. Thanks. Appreciate it, Travis. Okay, so awesome to go out and check out Travis's business and see what he's doing. I have still a lot more research to do. I have 4 Zoom calls scheduled today. I also have a lot of research to do on Google and just like check out competitors in the space in these different service industries. I'm actually going to write out like all the different pros and cons of each of these different industries that I'm considering. At the end of the day, legitimately, it doesn't really matter what service business I pick, right? Because the steps to scaling any service business is exactly the same. Focus on the marketing, focus on the admin, focus on the production, focus on the sales, right? It's all about maps. So I got a call coming up here with Chris Phillips. He's a really good friend of mine. He's a certified CONQUER coach, and he started up a coatings and painting business a couple years back. And ever since I talked to him, he planted that seed of this coatings and painting business. So I'm about ready to hop on a Zoom call and let's find out what he has to say. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Brandon, how are you doing today? Great to see you.
Yeah, hey, man, you too, looking good. Hey, well, thank you so much for agreeing to hop on here. I want to pick your brain because Chris was one of our CONQUER coaches, and then Chris did kind of my idea first, which is, hey, I'm going to go back out and start another service business up again. And you decided to do, to niche down into floor coatings more specifically. And so what I thought I'd do is maybe, you could kind of give me the inside scoop on how things are going, like the good, the bad, the ugly. And I could ask you a few questions about the floor coatings business because I'm trying to figure out what service to go after.
Sure. Well, in 2018, I had written a book called Dirty Money. And in the book, I put my phone number in there. And this guy, Lee Baker, gave me a call. And we were talking about his business. And we started going through the numbers. We started going through the budget of it. And he was a contractor who had decided just to go into a specific niche, concrete coatings. And it turned my head. I was looking at these numbers and I was like, this is what I've been looking for. I wanted to see 3, 4, 5,000. And when I was looking at the numbers, that's what's available. Yeah.
Ooh, wow. Okay. All right. Gotcha. So margins are good. Do you think that I could do it without stepping a foot in the field, actually doing the work? Like from day one, 0 to $1 million, and then not ever go out in the field and actually do the work?
Yes, you could do that. For me, I love going out and doing jobs. I love it. But at the end of the day, they're handing you a big fat check, thanking you and stuff.
You give me a lot to think about, and yeah, I'll let you know.
Let me know, please. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, brother. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, before I tell you the service business, let me recap a little bit this journey and talk about the pros and cons of these different service businesses. So, talked to a ton of people, talked to Chris, talked to Travis, talked to David, talked to a whole bunch more, did lots of research. And there's different pros and cons of each of these different industries that I'm thinking of. And it really kind of comes down to, two different main areas. One is the recurring service model, right? Like when you think of the pest control and the maid service businesses, going out there and doing the service on regular intervaled schedules, once a month, once a quarter. And then on the other side of like the painting and the coating side, it's like kind of a one and done thing. You go out there, you do the floor install, it's a lifetime warranty. You're not coming back right away anytime soon. Now you could diversify, do a little, other types of services and things, but I think there's definitely a little bit more of a challenge when it comes to that. And then kind of the blend of the two is really a little more in the trades. Like we went out and saw Travis, right? Because you go out and you do your one-time installs, but then you also have that service side too, to where you can get that recurring service agreements and that. So that's really appealing to me too. However, on the trade side, there definitely is a little bit of a labor gap and a skilled labor gap at that. Going out and finding those technicians that have those, 4 years journeyman experiences, and I think the working capital is going to be a little bit more. So I've decided what service business will be my next one. And that is the coatings and painting industry. And I'm really excited for it. And I'll tell you why. It ticks off a few different boxes for me. One, the instant gratification. The OCD in me, it's a dirty, ugly, nasty floor, and then boom, we come in and it's beautiful. And it's like that transformation is really appealing to me. It's a high margin service, which is appealing to me. You can train and duplicate it very easily, which is also appealing to me. And I think that there's a big opportunity when it comes to kind of competition. I think that if I really focus on the customer journey side of it, there's some really unique things I could put into my service business that will make it unlike anyone else. It'll blow all the competition out of the water. And that's an exciting challenge. So let's build this painting and coatings business from 0 to 1 million, baby. And we're going to automate it. We're going to scale it. We're going to systemize it. And it's going to be epic. So what's next? Want to do a little bit more research, figure out what that customer journey kind of looks like, spend a lot of time right here documenting and finding out how I could be truly different. And then I need to figure out a name. Name. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click down below and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. We're going to be publishing episodes on a regular basis. And no matter where you're at in your entrepreneurial journey, if you're just getting started, you're ready to break into that next phase of your business growth, or you're already a 7-figure business, I promise you, you're going to find value in some of our upcoming episodes. So I'm so excited you've decided to join me on this map to 1 million. We'll see you in the next one.